What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Tonight we're doing something that I haven't done in about a month and a half. I'm kind of ashamed, but we're going to be doing a little painting. Now I know some of you out there really enjoy the painting videos. Some of you have said, not as much. You want to see me fishing and other stuff, but the cool thing about the painting videos is, number one, it's going to be an extra video every week. So I've been trying to aim for 2. I'm going to hopefully get back to 3 videos a week, but if I'm doing a painting video, it's going to be an extra in there. And the second cool thing is, I give lures away. So if you remember in the last one, I painted these 2 topwater walking baits, kind of, I don't know what you call those patterns there. One looked like a Night Walker from Game of Thrones, and one looked like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. But anyway, every single painting video, I'm going to be giving away a couple lures to some of you out there. So if you would like to get your hands on one of my custom lures, watch till the end to find out how you can win one. But enough talking, let's get over there and paint this little pattern. Just to show you, this is the look we're going for here. So I was just messing around one night. I started with a white, opaque white, just like that on the bottom, and then started adding some black spots. So you can see there when I'm talking about the negative, it's not the actual color that you put on top that's really showing up, but in that scale pattern, that's the black below that's showing up. So over those black spots, I put a little bit of silver, kind of silver pearlescent, shiny, and it gives it a really cool look with those eyes on there. I called it like old school TV. It looks like that static. Had a bunch of people call it different things, but you can see there the way I've really made that stand out. And then those spots where there's still white left, I sprayed just a little light layer of black over it, and it looks like white scales. And then again, contrasting there over that black spot with the silver over it, you can see like that, it looks like black scales. So just using those different colors to contrast, I just left the face white there with some black eyes. It really makes the eyes stand out when you put that kind of black shadow behind it. But that's it. That's the look we're going after. So let's grab some black and start putting spots on. All right, so to get started loading up in the airbrush, I'm going to start with some opaque black. As you can see there, I put just a couple drops in there. It's pretty thick, but I think if I have my pressure high enough, I shouldn't really have any issues. 35 psi, we're going to attack this. I'm just going to do little circles, lightly pulling back, and I can make little circles. And then I let it go, just like that, and I can start making all my little dots. Now that's what I'm going to do on this lure. So, like so. How many times am I going to say so? I don't know. Just like that. I'm just going to do some kind of polka dot pattern like that here. There we go. Got the black polka dots on it. Left the face white. We're going to leave kind of that gill part forward white. And that's what we've got. So now, since I've already got the black loaded in here, that's the cool part of this, I'm going to take my stencil and try to cover any of these big white spots that I've left. I'm going to cover those with black. Okay, here we've got our stencil. This was just a cheap, I don't know, fish scale pattern off of Amazon I got. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller, so it looks kind of goofy on the small square bills, but this is like the Mega Bass, I forget what they call it, like an S-Crank, Mega Bass S-Crank clone. And it works good on this one because this is a little bit larger. So always make sure your round part's going back, just like regular fish scales. Gonna hold that nice and tight there, and I'm gonna go over it real light. I want it to contrast. I don't want this to be super dark over it. Just gonna go with kind of a light layer over here. Just like that, kind of shaded, and that's what it leaves us in the middle. And you're thinking this is gonna all run together and look kind of silly, Debo, but once we get the silver on there, it kind of really blends stuff in. It looks neat. So we're gonna go there. I want to kind of leave it where there are some white spots just to contrast. Otherwise, if you start covering the whole thing, it's going to look muddy and dark. See, that side I got a little bit more than I should have. Those black dots there, I probably should have spaced out a little bit more. I like this side where there's just a little bit more contrast between the white and black. So there we go. Let's get rid of the black and let's load up some silver. Okay, we're going to load up the brush with some pearl silver. This is the color I'm going to use to go over those black polka dots that I put on there. Put, I don't know, 4 or 5 drops in. That should be enough. Okay, same process that I did with the black over the white. Now over the black, I'm going to do some of this silver. Let's make sure this looks all right. That looks pretty groovy. There we go. And I just covered that little black spot with a little bit of silver over it. Now the black that I covered the white with, I got it a little dark. Looking at the other one, honestly haven't painted, like I said, a lure in over a month and a half, I think. So a little rusty, bear with me here. Oh yeah, that looks cool, kind of like a shadow. All right, there we go. So that's it. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? I can't believe I forgot to do that. I forgot to put black over the eyes. Well, I have black in, that way you only have to change once. It's a super simple pattern. You can see there that side's got a lot more scale as opposed to this side. I left a little bit of room in between, but that's what you get, kind of those contrasting scales, black, white, and even some of that silver white. Doesn't show up a bunch, but that's what it looks like. Kind of neat. You know what? Let's just do this one a little bit different. I'm going to do some silver shadow on the eyes here. Let's just do the face on this one silver. There we go. We're doing the face of this one kind of a chrome silver. I like it. That chrome looks kind of neat. There we go. Contrasting. And you know what? Just because I have this silver loaded, let's go ahead and cover this opaque white with this pearl silver. Give it that nice kind of silvery shine. We'll do our second bait with the pearl silver bottom coat. And there we go. That baby is a nice, reflective, pearly silver. Kind of hard to tell. Can you tell when I hold these two up together? Oh yeah, now you can tell the difference. That reflective silver versus that regular opaque white. I like it. All right, I loaded a little black up in here again, and I'm going to shade these eyes. So I'm going to put a thin layer right here behind the eye. That way it really makes the actual eye, when I put that on, stand out that much better. And you can do a little test run here. Just inside that, maybe just touching the outside of it, just to give that shading effect. And I keep it moving that whole time. Oh gosh, get in focus, Debo. Keep it moving that whole time. You don't want to let it sit in one spot and have the paint all pool up and look dirty. All right, let's do that again on the other side. There we go. Pointed right at the line eye, pointed right at the line eye. Those look almost identical. Okay, there we go. I've got those eyes shaded in. I'm going to leave that. Now I have to figure out what colors am I going to put over this one. So on the top here, I'm going to kind of alternate between this turquoise color that you see in here. Well, let me just show you. Turquoise is what they call it. They're kind of a greenish, bluish. I don't know how you explain it. Turquoise-ish. I'm going to kind of put some small dots along there, along the top, and also some XD green. So I'm just going to kind of alternate those. This might look like absolute dog poo, but I don't know. Now, I know that's going to look crazy right now, and that doesn't look anything crappie-ish, but once we get the green on there, and I'm going to do black over it, I think that's going to contrast pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go in between those. XD green, almost an olive drab green. I'll kind of take that down the sides. Almost reminds you of that Wonder Bread pattern for ice fishing jigs. Any of you up north know what I'm talking about. Except I'm using some crazy colors. I think that's it. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. I know that looks crazy now, but trust me, once I get a little bit of... Do I connect that? I don't know. This is the first time y'all are seeing this. I'm just kind of experimenting. You know what? Let's just kind of connect these underneath. The little light layer. There we go. So I'm just kind of blotching in there. I don't want this to be real neat. Like I said, this is just going to kind of be fins over it or scales over it. I like it. Let's just do a light layer up top. Some bright yellow, and then also some of this sun yellow, kind of an orangish and a yellowish. Kind of mix it in there on the bottom and see how that looks. All right, I'm going to go on the very belly with some of these orange dots. And then I think I'm going to go kind of into an orange up on the sides. I don't know, I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff. Those crappie, when they spawn, they'll get that really yellowish, goldenish, orangish almost look to them. Trying to go for some of that here. Do another yellow spot right over here. Okay, so let's go kind of in between these with some orange dots. All right, well, this has ended up being not at all what I thought it was going to be. I'm going to go pearl black on the top. Now, I might do a different color on the bottom. I'm not sure. Let's start with the top and see how it turns out. This might look absolutely foolish, but yeah, this is my first time trying it. Why not do it on camera when I don't know what it's going to look like? Good call, Debo. Good call. Okay, I think I got it. I'm going to leave most of that XD green in between without the stuff on it. I'm going to color these blue spots with the black. That way it really dampens that really bluish, tealish color, except for right underneath it. See how there? The only spots that's coming through is that. This almost looks like a bluegill dirty pattern. I might be onto something here. I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. Did I put those scales the right way? Oh, thank goodness I did. you know what? I'm not mad at that at all. That looks pretty bluegill-ish. Okay, so the question is, what do I do with the belly? Do I leave the belly? That actually looks kind of neat. I like that. So you can see how those contrasting colors work together. So you can't even really tell where it had that kind of U-shaped green pumpkin line in between there and the splotches. You can't even really tell that now. Using other colors over it, using those negatives, the color between, that I really want to show up. That looks neat. Oh man, the question is, what do I do with that bottom? Oh, nice. And I can see there I put a little scratch on it there with my stencil when I took it off. Come on, Debo. You know what? We'll cover that. I'm going to do this. Make sure that little spot shows in between. I think I'm going to do some real light shading here. Kind of a hard line there, but you know what? I'm back to not hating it. I'm back to not hating it. Yep, final answer. I'm not going to do anything to the bottom. I'm going to leave it splotchy and weird and not perfect, because lures in nature aren't perfect. We're leaving it like that. Kind of a dirty bluegill. I didn't even know that's what it was going to look like. We were going for the crappie look. Dirty gill. Okay, so when I pick out the eyes, I try to go with a color that complements, you know, some or most of the colors on the crankbait. So with most of those yellows, I found a yellow dragon eye. I know that's not your typical bluegill look, but I just thought they looked neat. So to heck with it, we're doing a yellow dragon eye on this baby. Okay, I think I landed on that. I like it. I'm going to do it just kind of at a 45-degree angle instead of straight up and down. There we go. Look at that. Okay, there we go. I switched that guy so it's looking backward. Oh yeah, I don't know. For whatever reason, I think that looks neat. There we go. That kind of dirty gill going for the crappie, but it ended up looking more gillish. I don't know what you call it. There we go. First one done. Let's add the eyes on this one. And again, just like we saw on that first crank, gonna go with these kind of static looking eyes on there. Now the nice part about these is there's no eyes to line up, so simply put it on and that is done. Oop, or drop it. There we go. Look at that. That looks mean. I don't care what y'all say. It looks mean. All right, well, there you have it. Both of those done now with the tape off the bills. Those are ready to be dipped in clear coat and sealed so all that beautiful paint doesn't come off. There we go. Really simple. I think that'll mimic a shad really well. I like that pattern. I think it will do nicely. Or something like this. Kind of some weird bluegill colors. Just me kind of doing some random stuff on there for you all. That was the first time doing anything different than that one. So, again, using those negative colors underneath to show up and kind of make us the pattern. Let's get this closed up. All right, Fisher friends, that's going to do it for tonight's video. Please do me a favor and comment below. Let me know which pattern you like most. That helps me when I do the giveaway for this one. The next painting video I do, I'll be giving away those two baits, so picking two different winners. So let me know which one you like better below, that kind of dirty bluegill or that static TV, the white and black pattern. Speaking of giveaways, let's pick the winners for these. I'm going to pick two different winners. One for that blue pattern and one for that kind of orange Cheeto-y looking topwater. All right, so I'm on this site called commentpicker.com. You put the URL of the video in here like this, and we'll see how many comments we had. Good golly, look at that. 361 unique comments. Y'all are awesome. Okay, let's pick the first winner. Winner number one is perfect. Chris Torres. Chris says, gray and blue one is sick, Debo. Do more airbrush lures. Well, I can certainly do that. Chris, if you would please comment, well, don't comment down below. Message me on Instagram. That's the easiest. Give me a private message with your information, and I will get those mailed out sooner than later. I still have to get the other ones mailed out. I am so sorry. I will get your blue craws out. I have been behind. Work has been insane and family stuff. I honestly thought I mailed them out, and I haven't. So I will be getting those out. Chris Torres, send me your information. Okay, survey says, well, Mr. Mike Seal is the winner for the second one. He says, haha, yes, I remember that song. Lures turned out nice, like them both, but I'm going with the Cheeto on this one. Well, Mike, you are going to get that Cheeto to fish. Message me on Instagram. That's the easiest. Directly message me your information, and I'll get that sent out as soon as I can. So that's it for tonight, folks. Mike, and make sure I have it right, Chris. Mike and Chris, you are the subscribed Fishing friends tonight. Thank you both very much for watching and commenting. And thank you everybody else out there for continuing to support my channel. I appreciate you all, but it's late. I got to get this edited, so thanks for watching. Until next time.